Welcome to Storied Audio. He grew up on the streets, cold nights, louder days, and a life where fists spoke louder than words. But even then he wasn't cruel. He wasn't heartless. He was just a kid trying to survive in a world that never gave him a chance. Gangs, fights, running from trouble, it all became routine like breathing. Then one afternoon everything shifted. He was leaning against a brick wall outside a corner store when a young woman walked past him. She didn't flinch. She didn't cross the street. She didn't look at him like he was dangerous. She smiled. A soft, warm, disarming smile that hit him harder than any punch he'd ever taken. They talked, awkward at first, then easy, then hopeful. Before she left, she scribbled her number on a receipt and pressed it into his hand. "Call me," she said. And for the first time in years he wanted to be someone worth calling. Weeks passed. They dated quietly, meeting in parks, diners, anywhere they could talk without judgment. She saw the good in him long before he believed it existed. She asked about his dreams, not his mistakes. She listened. She cared. She made him imagine a life beyond survival. Eventually, she brought him home to meet her parents. They were cautious, of course they were. A man with his past didn't exactly inspire confidence. But they watched him. They saw how he looked at their daughter, like she was the first light he'd ever known. They saw the gentleness in him, the sincerity, the way he tried so hard to be respectful, careful, honest. After dinner, her father asked him to step outside. The air was cool. The older man crossed his arms and studied him for a long moment. "If you want to be part of this family," he said quietly, "you have to leave that life behind. No crime. No gangs. No street business. My daughter deserves a man who chooses her future over his past." The words hit deep, not as a threat but as a lifeline. Her father didn't stop there. He offered him a job at his company, working in one of the warehouses. Hard work, early mornings, long shifts, but honest. Well, a chance. And he took it. Day by day he rebuilt himself. She helped him study for certifications. Her mother taught him how to budget. Her father taught him how to lead. Slowly the man who once fought to survive learned how to live. Years passed. The streets became a memory, not a destiny. One evening, under a string of warm lights in her parents' backyard, the same place he once stood trembling under her father's scrutiny, he dropped to one knee. She cried before he even opened the ring box. They married surrounded by the family that had once doubted him, now cheering for him. Her father hugged him tight and whispered, "You earned this. You earned all of it." And as he held his wife's hand, he realized something he never thought possible. He hadn't just escaped his old life. He had built a new one filled with love, purpose, and a future he finally believed he deserved. A happy ending, and an even brighter beginning. Subscribe for more audio stories.